Hey guys, so I'm just doing this quick tip video, doing it a little bit differently, just kind of talking to you here one-on-one. Well, not one-on-one, one on more than one. But anyway, I think this is something that holds back a lot of players, so I kind of want to just talk through it very quickly. This is going to be very brief, but if you can kind of switch this mindset to the one I'm going to suggest, I think it's going to help you grow a lot as a player and in other areas of your life as well. Now, the thing is, it's jealousy versus inspiration. So tell me if this has ever been your mindset, and be honest that you've seen a player who's obviously well trained, well practiced, and they are good, right? Like, it's obviously they put a lot of work in their game, and your first thought has been, I'm really jealous of this guy. Maybe not in those words, but in words that demonstrate you're jealous. I know it happened to me when I was younger. You need to start changing this mindset, because jealousy comes from this place of wishing you had what that person has. So like, you could do this from a non-soccer related standpoint and be like, if someone had got like when you were a kid, I can go back to when I was a kid, like someone got an N64 and I'm like, I want an N64, why don't I get an N64, something like that. But if you can change thoughts like that to like when you see a player, you see them doing well, if you can change thoughts from like jealousy, and sometimes people make fun of people or insult people or put people down in disguise, but it's really jealousy. So they're like, oh, you suck, blah, 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 but it's clear they're actually really good and they've put in a lot of work. You know, the best one is when people call other people a try hard. Like, you try so hard. That always just baffles me. It's like, you're making fun of this person if you're putting in a lot of work. Yeah, that makes sense. Anyway, try and change that from jealousy to inspiration. When you see someone who's doing really well, never get jealous. And this is in any area. When you see someone that is succeeding in football, or is like starting, is like the top goal scorer, has put in a lot of work and is reaping the rewards from putting in those works, instead of getting jealous, which is only going to hurt you, by the way. Someone who's putting in a lot of work is probably putting a lot of work on the mental side too, and on tuning out haters, for example. So you getting jealous and spouting hate at them isn't going to really affect them, but it is going to affect you. So instead of affecting yourself by being jealous, get inspired. Let that person inspire you. When you see that player who's obviously putting a lot of work, you know, when you see like YouTubers, like one of my biggest ones is like a Matt Sheldon or Matthew Cunningham, who I watch both of their channels sometimes. These guys have clearly put in a lot of work and are really good. And the wrong reaction to that is to become jealous of it. The right reaction is to become inspired by what they're doing, the work they've put in, and to then use that to fuel you to become better, to look at players. So in your everyday life, in your team, start looking at players who are really good, start looking at opponents even that are really good, or just people who have obviously put in a lot of work and are inspirational type people, and go, instead of asking yourself, why can't I be like that? You know, instead of saying, you know, why do they deserve all these things? You know, whatever it is, instead think, you know, how can I do that as well? You know, what can I do to start getting to that level? You know, become inspired, don't be jealous. So that's the quick message for today. If you can make this quick little mind shift, I really believe it's going to make a world of difference. And again, no one wants to think of themselves as a jealous person, so there's going to be a lot of people out there saying, I'm not jealous, you know, I don't get jealous. But a lot of hate, if you're a hater, if you've ever hated on someone, it usually comes from a place of jealousy. I mean, there's other places it can come from, but a lot of times it comes from jealousy. Just think, whenever you catch yourself in that kind of mindset of, I wish I had that, or, you know, screw this person, you know, or whatever, like you're hating on someone, even if it's subconscious, stop the thought and instead become inspired. That's what's going to help you grow, and that's what's going to allow you to become motivated to start getting to that level, to start improving and to start growing. All right, guys, thank you. This is a little longer than I expected, but and let me know if you like this style of video where I get a little, sometimes just do a video like this where I talk to you like this. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. See you in the next one.